Well, welcome along again to Ausstar Property TV. With me today is John Owens. John Owens is our property manager and has been for the last 5 years, well, nearly 5 years, almost 5 years. So John does a marvellous job working with both our landlords and our tenants. John, tell me what's been the highlight of those 5 years? What have you enjoyed most about the role?
Probably the people relationships that I built up. I've lost very few management since I've been doing the job.
Yeah.
And that's very rewarding.
Yeah, yeah. So you value both parties. In other words, you put a lot of time into both your landlords and your tenants.
Yeah, my philosophy is, if I have a happy tenant, I have an ecstatic landlord.
Right. What do you find is the issue that most tenants struggle with? Is there something that stands out in your mind that you're...
Well, in these times when people get into trouble, then obviously maintaining the rent on a regular basis, that is the biggest issue for any of them.
Right. So if somebody gets in arrears, how do you help them through that?
Well, I sit down with them and go through it and see what their problem is, and if we can help them, we will. I'll talk to the landlord and tell the landlord what's going on, and then it's up to the landlord, really. They have the final say.
Good, good. So as far as landlords go, what do you find is, what puts you in their good books, so to speak? What do you think landlords
probably
enjoy?
Communication, really.
Right.
And just going back to the other matter, it's often better to have a little bit coming in all the time,
yeah,
than lose the tenant completely and then have the house empty for 3 or 4 weeks.
John, that part of that communication process, I guess, is your inspections on their homes for them and feeding back information on that. How often do you communicate with your landlords?
Well, we do inspections every 3 months.
Right.
And if there are any other issues, then I will obviously convey that to them.
Yes.
So it just depends on the situation. Sometimes 2 or 3 times a week, sometimes 2 or 3 times a month.
And
it just depends.
Do you have a lot of landlords that are out of the country, John, or are you most of your landlords here in Auckland?
Probably only about half a dozen.
Okay. Yeah. And they're all pretty happy with the remote service, so to speak?
Yeah. They seem to be,
Right.
they're very happy.
Okay. So what do you think sets you apart from other property managers in the marketplace? What makes you the best there is?
Oh, that's a difficult one there. Well, I like to think that I'm a friend to both sides, the tenant and the landlord. As I say, a happy tenant is an ecstatic landlord. Communication, and always sit down with them and go through the issues and try and work it out.
So John, just quickly to wind this up and finish, what's your feel for the rental market at the moment? What's happening with...
Well, just coming out of winter, it has been a slow winter. We've had quite a few properties turn over, mainly because landlords trying to sell, or they haven't been able to sell, and new property coming on.
Right.
And tenants have been sitting, haven't been moving around that much, so it has been a fairly quiet winter overall.
But you can feel a little bit of
absolutely
take up now. There's a bit more traction happening.
The spring brings people out of their nests.
Yeah.
Off they go again, flutter their wings. And
all right. Well, John can be found at our Harvey's Blockhouse Bay office. As I said, he's been here quite a while, but built up a fantastic reputation in the industry for good, honest, fair, open service, and very, very keen for anyone that's either thinking of taking over or taking away their property management and giving it to someone else to manage. John would be happy to talk to you. If you're a tenant out there that's a little bit concerned about where you're living and need somewhere new, come and talk to John as well. I'm sure he'll help you on that matter as well. Once again, thank you very much for joining us on Ausstar Property TV.